Hey everybody, so today I'm talking to Carolina. I sat down with her once before, but we just had to chat again because this time we are talking about top mistakes she made and that other people make when they're new and starting out with building a business online. So if you're like me and you're doing this, you're starting out and you're new, this is definitely something you want to hear, someone you want to listen to. So stay tuned for that. And also, are you a part of my Patreon team yet? If not, you might want to join. I have another chat that's coming up with Carolina that's only for my Patreon subscribers. So fun. And also there's other exclusive content that I post that's only for them. So them could be you. Why not? So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned to the end because I'm going to tell you about what's coming up next. Okay, we're so excited here talking with Carolina, and we're talking about mistakes that people make online when starting a business. You know, because you've been at this for a while, and you know a lot of people are just getting into this. What are the mistakes that people are making? Just the top things that you see that are going wrong.
First, I think people they don't take their businesses seriously enough. Okay, so I'm a freelancer, but I'm really a business owner.
Yeah.
I do the same things, right?
Yeah.
So not taking that seriously, I think, is a big mistake. People think that, I'll become a freelancer and I'll get clients and it'll be easy. No, you have to understand where your clients are. It's a job. Get your clients, or get, prospective clients, convince them to sell your services, negotiate your contracts, run after money if you need to. You have to have all
But by the way, when it comes to that, what do you think people do wrong when it comes to going after clients? So someone might say, well, I'm going after clients, I'm trying.
Yeah, I think they focus too much. So people think that the only way to be successful is to be good at what you do. It's not. And I think there's a lot of examples out there of people...
Planes flying by. Air Asia, the worst.
I think a lot of people out there think that because they're really good at what they do, it's enough. It's not.
Right.
There's 50,000 other people who do the same thing just as well. And But
you teach companies how to brand and all that stuff, and I think it's also important if you're teaching people how to brand. By the way, it's important to know how to do this for yourself. And how to sell yourself online. So you could look at that as you're your number one client, if that's what you do. And even if that's not your skill, I had this challenge as well because I'm a writer and a YouTuber, obviously, but I felt like I just want to write books, I don't want to have to sell books, I just want to write them. But ultimately, in this day and age, it's not enough to just be a writer unless you're huge already, unless you're Elizabeth Gilbert. You need to know how to write a book, you need to know how to market that book and get that book out there. I'm going to put the link to my book in this in this video, by the way, so you can see it. But it's really true. It's not enough right now to just have the skills. So you have to know how to translate that to other people. And it's tough, you guys. Yeah. So you obviously have been working at this for a long time. What mistakes do you think you made starting out? What would you tell yourself? If you could hop back and just download.
I still do so many things wrong. It's a never-ending learning curve, but I think the number one thing that really put me off at the beginning was selling myself. Meeting people, going to networking events and not being that person that's just I can help you.
Yeah.
Everybody has a problem, I can solve that. So it took me a while to kind of build that confidence and being able to go to events and just in a way, networking with purpose.
Yeah.
That took me a while.
And networking can be tough because I know that it used to almost feel like a dirty word to me in a way because I felt like it means I'm sort of using people or just strategizing. Yeah. And you're right, I think it's not. It's about building connections and then seeing how you can help each other. I think if it is a one-sided...
That's a thing, helping each other.
Helping each other.
That's the key.
Because if it's one-sided, then you are a user and then you're kind of it's not the best, healthiest relationship. Yeah. But if you can find a way to meet people and, you do this, I do that. Okay, let's collaborate. Is there something we can do together? I think that's...
Yeah, but you can't do it in a douchey way either.
Well, so
again,
I'm from LA, everything was douchey.
It's an art. You have to ease into it and...
So what do you think is the douchey way versus the non-douchey way?
I think people go there with you go to a networking event and you want to, give your business card to 20 people. I usually go with an open mind. Like I don't put so much pressure on myself of, I have to meet that prospective client, and I used to do that a lot, but you go with a specific goal, and if you don't come back with it, then you're annoyed.
Right.
Which is not the way to do things.
So go kind of unattached, knowing that you want to meet people, make connections, but not like, all right, I'm handing out my business card to 25 people and hello everyone, I'm Roman and I'm here to tell you about my YouTube channel.
Yeah, because the people that are a bit pushy like that, I mean, you see them from miles away and you kind of if you're doing this for a while, you're kind of like, okay, she's gonna sell me something. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about it.
And I think now we live in a time where, especially online, everything is we're being sold all the time. So there's ads everywhere,
exactly.
And we don't want to feel like we're being sold. Even if we are kind of being sold, we want something a bit more nuanced.
Yeah. Hide it.
Yeah, be a little bit covert about it. So
wine and dine,
subtle.
Before,
Ease us into it a little bit. We don't want to just shoved in our faces. Anyway, so I think this is amazing of great tips and mistakes that people make. Any last minute advice you have for people before the rain comes down?
I would say if you're starting your freelancing career or your business online, whatever that is. Consider that there's multiple facets, multiple things that come into play, and don't resist them.
Yeah.
Because I resisted this cold selling for a long time, and I can't it's hard for me to even now walk in the door and just sell my services, but you learn from it, you get better at it, and then the selling part is not so important anymore. And then you learn about marketing yourself, and then it's just know that all of these come into play and be aware of them.
Yeah.
And then find out where your strengths and weaknesses lie, and then start fine-tuning that.
All of that. Did you write that down?
Yeah.
That's a lot to work on. But it's good, and you can see it is possible if you want to do this. There are people who are doing this, but I also think another key is realistic expectations and diligence. So if you go into it thinking, okay, I'm going to be a digital nomad starting tomorrow, and I'm going to make $5,000 a month, that's possible, by the way. Especially if you're into SEO, if you're good at Facebook ads and all that stuff, absolutely you can do that. But it's not necessarily going to work out that way that quickly. Some people, it does take time. She's been doing this for years, with doing different things, trying different things, and working at it. So I think just and research, like what you were saying before, I think knowing your market and that kind of stuff, that's research. That's doing the work up front, the investigation to know that you are offering something that people want. Because if you're offering something that people don't want,
exactly. But you have to find that out.
You have to find that out. That's the research. So that's part of your job in being this digital nomad and making it work. But you can totally do this. So
it's doable.
It's doable.
I promise. But it's hard work.
It's hard work.
And and I think the difference between people who make it and don't are people who make it, they hang in there. I mean, they just work through the pain and the ups and downs, and years later, that's the thing, you get that experience, you get better at it, and ultimately you become what you deem as successful, because that's also personal,
Right, sure.
I've known and I've met so many people who come out here, especially Chiang Mai, because it's a good place to start, and who leave after a few months because they're not dedicated enough.
Yeah, and the reality didn't match their expectations. If you think oh my God, I'm gonna come to Chiang Mai and do this thing, you can do that. But sometimes reality is different than what you might think it's gonna be like. So
and because there's always the cost benefit of doing all of this. If you're coming from a corporate background, it's easier to go back to a corporate background, because you have the comfort of having the same paycheck every month, insurance, all these things. So if you're not comfortable with that uncertainty, then
That's true.
For you.
I think that's the number one thing about the travel lifestyle and the digital nomad life that I don't know that a lot of people have really understand, which is being comfortable with uncertainty. So right now, as I sit here, literally, I'm not sure where I'm going to be next week. Like my visa for Thailand is ending, so I have to go. I have to leave the country, but I don't know. And I think that some people have to know what they're going to do and have to have a plan for a lot of things. And if you are that way, it's great. It's an opportunity to be a different way and to try something a little bit different. But it's certainly uncertainty, I think, is a big thing that a lot of digital nomads have to embrace, or they're going to be frustrated.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's okay. Like, if you value that, you know, that certainty over...
Yeah.
It's fine. Like,
It
there's
is fine.
nothing to beat yourself about. Like,
Absolutely.
you just got to be comfortable with your choices. But if you do make that switch and you want to dedicate yourself to it, if you want to commit to it, then you
can do it.
Get over it. Like,
Yeah.
live in that uncertainty, ride the fucking wave. Sorry, and yeah, it's cool. It's nice. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And
There is.
it's worth. Well, I mean, for me, it's worth it. I'll never go back. But
Yeah.
I never valued those things.
Yeah.
So I can't really say.
Neither did I. And now we're free from the corporate lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this chat. I hope you have taken something away from this. If you have, you can like or share this video and make sure you subscribe so that you see what's coming up next. Okay, did you enjoy that? I feel like she just maybe saved you some hassle. She saved me some hassle, right? Learning from other digital nomads who have already done it is such a gift. That's actually why I'm here in Chiang Mai right now. I feel so privileged to be able to meet people here who are doing what I want to do and living this life. So, I'm happy to be able to share that with you. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and stay tuned. There is definitely more to come. Next, I have a chat that's coming up with a digital nomad who's all about making passive income. So that's where you do something once and get paid for it way later, like all the time, on a regular basis. So I think that's something we all want to know how to do. I think we do, right? You want to know that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that.